G'day guys, this is Big T. Today I've got the Ford Ranger in the workshop and it's going to be getting fitted out with the Rockarmor Rearstep. So with the Ford Rangers here, the PX1, PX2 and PX3, they all use the same model Rockarmor Rearstep. So just to get started, I'm just going to strip the factory bar off the vehicle, including the tow bar. I'm just going to leave the harness there for the tow plug just hanging down for now. And once that's all done, I'm going to get the Rearstep, unwrap it, and we'll get started. So I've stripped the back of the Ranger there, and I've just opened up my fitting kit just to get it ready. I've laid it all out on the table. So you'll see you have a number of plates, larger ones and shorter ones. So the shorter plate, you slide it into the bottom of the chassis, and it picks up the 2 points on the bottom. Now, some of the Rangers have already got threaded holes in the chassis, some don't. So if your Ranger doesn't, then you'll be using these plates. Otherwise, the bolts will go straight into the chassis. So you simply just slot this into the back of the chassis. So I'll be doing that before I install the bar. And with the longer one, it's for the 2 top bolts on the side of the chassis. And these single ones are for the one that's furthest towards the front of the vehicle on the bottom of the chassis, and one for the side on the top. So I'm just going to go ahead. My vehicle's got the bottom threaded, so I'm just going to use this plate for the 2 mounts at the back and for the sides. Also, you're going to find in your fitting kit is the neck, also the toe ball and the pin, and then you also have your underbody protection bash plates. We'll get to those a little bit later. So now I'm just going to put these plates into the chassis and get the bar onto the vehicle. Okay, so I've got the Rockarmor Rearstep in place there. What I've done, I've removed the factory sensors off the bar, and I've installed them on the Rockarmor Rearstep there. So that's all ready to go, just ready to plug in. I've got my plate, I've put it inside the chassis. I've got my bolt there, just the spring and flat, and then it's going to get under there and put the bottom ones in first, because that's going to hold the step in place for me, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the side ones in. So I've got 3 on the bottom and I've got 3 on the side. Okay, so I've got the plate in there, just fitted up my 2 bolts, and I've got the one that's already threaded in the chassis. So just do all these up hand tight. Now I'm going to do the bottom ones on each side, and then I'm going to go through and do the side ones. Okay, so my driver's side, I don't have any threaded holes on the bottom, so I'm going to feed the smaller plate in first. That's going to pick up the furthest hole. And just put that hand tight, and then I'm going to do the 2 closest to me. So now I'm just putting the second plate in, and these are going to pick up the other 2 mounting points on the bottom of the chassis there. Now just do all those up hand tight for now. Okay, so just with the side there, I've got a thread in the chassis there, so I'm just using the factory bolt and putting a spring washer on it. And I've also got a threaded hole in this one. Now just with this top one here, I'm going to just grab this plate, the single plate, and insert it through and pick it up with the bolt. Okay, so I've got all my bolts in place. So just with the 18mm socket, I'm going to go through and tighten up the under the body first. And then I'm going to tighten the side, but I'm just going to make sure I keep an even gap on both sides between the bar and the body. I'm happy with those gaps there. I've got a finger, so it's roughly around about 10-12mm, and I'm just going to tighten it up. Okay, so I've got my the rear bars all in place there. It's all nice and tight. I've got some even gaps right around. So I'm just going to go through now and do my wiring. So I've got my plugs here. I'm just going to plug them all up, tidy it all up, wire up my the park lights on the rear bar, and then it's time for the bash plates. In the fitting kit, you'll find 2 bash plates that go under the body of the rear step, just in place like that. So in the fitting kit, you'll find your little silver clips there. So just with your tabs, they go on either end, and just with the screwdriver, just press that in, and it will lock into place as so. Then you have your Allen key little bolts there, just with your spring and flat, and we're just going to put that in place. So it's just going to sit up as so, match up the bolts, and we're just going to mount that up. So under the body there, we've got 2 mounting points also. So once I've put the front bolts in place, they're just hand tight. I'm just going to put these 2 bottom ones in and tighten it all up, and now step's ready to go. I've got the step all in place, everything's tightened up, bash plates on. Now it's optional, you can just put your toe ball in place now, otherwise a lot of customers like to leave it and put a recovery hitch in there, so when they go off-road, it's easy for a recovery. So guys, this is a real solid piece of work, really good fit on the vehicle. Let's get it upstairs and see how it looks. Got the Ranger out of the workshop, really nice finish. Now with the Rockarmor rear steps, they all come with a nice checker plate, all powder coat finish, so it gives you that really nice finish and coat on the vehicle. Rockarmor rear step comes with the checker plate finish here. That's just going to give you that extra grip when you're stepping and getting anything in and out of your the tub of the vehicle. They come with a really nice powder coat finish. The sensors for the rear sensors are already cut out into the bar, which makes it so much easier when you're installing this bar. So just remove the ones out of your factory bar, and they just pop straight into the new Rockarmor rear step. Also for the Rockarmor rear step, you've got your high lift jack mounts, 1 on each side. Hopefully you don't need them. Also, it comes with your 3-ton rated towing capacity there, so it still keeps the factory rating. With all the Rockarmor gear, this rear step is built really solid, so it's going to keep you guys protected on and off the road. Stay tuned for more Rockarmor videos, and keep tuned for heaps and heaps of Rockarmor videos that are coming out. We've got some really exciting stuff that's coming out shortly. This is Big T. I'll see you guys on the tracks.